How's everyone doing today? Welcome to this podcast. So this is a different one to say the least. Ali and I had a podcast back then. Don't remember the name of it. Don't remember the login information to the channel. So that's going to be fun.
That is an L.
So we're putting it on my channel right now until we can figure out that type of stuff. And what you're watching is I'm working on building up my island, making it look pretty. So this is an episode involving childhood stories, like what led us to who we are today. And there is a difference, if you think about it, in the way we were both raised. I was raised in the U.S. and Elite was raised in England, right?
Yes, that is true.
So there will be definitely different styles. So I'm going to start with a story. It's a more new one, but you will laugh at this. I think my parents told you the story, but I want a little bit of an embarrassing moment. So I was 15, 16, or somewhere between 12 plus 1 to 16, somewhere between there. And we bought this house that I'm currently living in right now. And my mom and dad were like, yo, go rake the yard. And I was like, okay, because they told me to rake up the leaves. You know what story I'm bringing up.
I know the way this is going. It's the most beautiful thing.
So I went outside. I put the rake in the tree in our yard. I wrapped my arms around the branch. And here's the thing. When I was a teenager, I was a twig. I was skinny. I looked interesting. But I wasn't. I just had a really high metabolism. I ate, like when I ate good. We went to a Chinese buffet like 2 to 6 times a year. And I ate my full.
You were eating good tonight.
Yes, I did. So I tried climbing up this tree, barefoot, if I may add.
We need to go Tarzan.
So wrap my arms around it. I tried climbing. The most I got, my legs were wrapped around the branch, my arms were wrapped around the branch, and I was trying to turtle, like, crawl, be like, okay, crawl, keep going. And I couldn't get up the tree. I got frustrated. I went inside and I told my mom that, like, I can't rake the leaves. And they were like, why? You just rake them in the yard. I went, oh. And they're like, what? I was like, I thought you meant the leaves in the tree. And they're like, John. I got an A for effort.
Honestly, A for effort, A for spirit.
Okay, so with this, it was funny. After I realized what they meant, I went out and raked the yard, and it's still a funny story to talk about because they don't let it down sometimes. They're like, what stupid moments have you done? And then people go like, hey, at least I didn't try to rake the leaves out of a tree.
Oh yes, that's
Okay. How would you rate that childhood memory?
Honestly, I rate it a bussin' out of 10.
Bustin' out of 10. Okay. What is one of your childhood memories?
One of my childhood memories that was pretty good. So, let me say, I think I was around the same age. So me and my friend went down to a carnival. And we went there, we went on different rides, different games, etc., etc. And then we see this little stall. So this little stall had fish in little buckets. And oh my gosh, and it was so cute. I felt so bad for them. So we were like, you know what? We're gonna win a fish. So we went up to the vendor and was like, hey, what do we need to do to win a fish? So the vendor showed us 3 different playing cards, and he was like, shoot the darts at the playing cards, and you'll win the fish. Now, I don't know what was up on that day, but we were like the arrow summon, because our aim was on point. It was so good. And we ended up not winning 1 fish, but 2. So I brought the fish back home. Yeah?
So what you're saying is you had that moment where like, okay, you got to hit the card and then you win. You went into an anime god mode.
Yeah, pretty much. We were
Your
hitting these
eye,
cards.
your eye glisten, and what you saw a target acquired right there. Okay,
Honestly, I felt so good.
so you won two fish.
We won 2 fish.
One fish, two fish, blue fish, new fish.
1 pound fish. Oh yeah, 1 fish, 2 fish, blue fish, new fish. This fish was very sad. This fish was very bad. But
Okay.
but yeah, so I brought the fish home. Now, that was a different story, man. Okay, my dad was like, yeah, the fish can stay. My mom was like, hey yo, what this fish doing? What is this?
Your dad playing good cop, your mom being bad cop.
Yeah, so my friend called me as well. Around the same time I was being told that I can't keep the fish. My friend was like, Elite, you need to take this fish from me. I can't have the fish. And I was like, nah, bro. I'm not allowed the fish either. Like, I can't take your fish. And they were like begging me to take this fish, and I was like, nah, we need to keep these fish.
I'm just imagining like two little girls, one on the phone on their knees, being like, please take this fish.
Yeah,
Crying, the parents looking like the fuck.
So yeah, next day we bought a fish tank. Imagine me knowing nothing about fish. And yeah, I got a fish tank, got all the stuff, the filter, the pH indicators, the levels, the food, and we had a happy little fish. And I remembered I wanted to call it Goldie. I originally wanted to call it Goldie. But my nan was like, bro, you need to be original. You need to be original. Goldie is so last season. So then I thought, orange things. Orange. Pumpkin. Pumpkins! So we had a goldfish named Pumpkin.
Elite doesn't just like pumpkins in Minecraft is because of the old goldfish.
Yeah, pretty
the
much.
spirit of the goldfish is living
It's
in
the
pumpkin.
spirit of the goldfish. I can't let go of that pet, so every time when I see a pumpkin, yeah, it has a deeper meaning, yeah, that's right.
I rate this story a pumpkin out of a 10.
Pumpkin. Do you like pumpkins? Do you like eating them? Like, I've never eaten a pumpkin, but apparently it tastes earthy.
This is going to make me sound like a basic white woman, but I actually enjoy pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh my god. Do you have a Starbucks there?
Yeah, we have Starbucks.
Oh my gosh.
I don't drink Starbucks, so what I get is when it's pumpkin spice time, I would go to my 7-Eleven and do that thing where I could pour myself some pumpkin spice lattes. I get myself one. Like I say like I'm gonna get myself one this season. That's it and such. And then before I know it, I'm drinking like 7, 8 of them in a week.
Oh no.
But I love that story. It was a good story. Another story. For those of you who don't know, it's not an irrational fear, but I do have a little bit of a fear of possums.
Oh yeah.
So here's what happened. So imagine this: a 1-bedroom house, 6 people living in a 1-bedroom house. Beautiful. It was as cramped as you
Sardines.
Yeah, and we were basically, my brothers and I were laying down. We heard scurrying from the air vent among us time.
Shut up! What? Among Us time.
So my mom and dad were basically like, "What is that?" And we were like, "What is that?" A mother and her baby possums. The baby possums were cute as can be. The mother was like, no.
Ew.
The mother looked like like she just got done with a 60-hour work week, had 20 more hours to work, and she was like, "I'm okay."
Did you shine a light on it? Did you see its beady eyes just staring
My
back
mom
at you?
did. My mom
Oh
turned on a flashlight, and she took a broom, and she she was beating this mother possum that was just hissing.
no.
By the time they left, like they did leave, they eventually went down a vent, went back outside. But we swore that mother possum had brain damage. She was basically like I can hear colors.
I could
I, I swear to God, like if this was a cartoon, I gotta try to figure out how to animate this. This will be fun to animate. Um, if if this was a cartoon, it would have stars like the old.
Oh yeah.
But ever since then, I felt uneasy about possums. So one time, how this is connected, years later, my dog Java, my little black Chiweenie,
Oh no, not
basically
job.
basically got angry at this possum and was like attacking it. It was playing dead. I got Java inside. I was like, okay, I could be a man. I could be brave. I can move this possum. I went to pick it up and move it. It was playing dead. I was like, okay, as long as it plays dead, I'm fine. It blinked at me. I said, nope, you're on your own. My dad was like, you okay? I was like, there was a possum outside. He went, okay. I was like, it blinked at me. He went, they do that. I went, no, it was playing dead. And it blinked at me. He's like, you good? And I was like, yeah, I should be.
That's hot. Oh.
Ever since then, I if possums leave me alone, they're fine. They walk by. It's like we nod at each other, like, "Hey, what's up?" Like we give each other mutual respects. But when they start chasing after me, I'm like, "Nope." So, what do you rate my experience with possums?
So weird.
Really, it's weird.
No, I just searched them up on the internet. Like the babies are cute. Like really
Oh
cute.
yeah, you don't have possums over there.
Nah. The adults are weird. It's like a rat chinchilla mix. It's like an ugly rat.
Elite, I hope you don't mind. We're becoming roommates. I'm living with you. I'm getting away from these possums.
Honestly, possums look so weird. Their heads look like skulls. Why are they so...
No, you know what they look like? That immortal beast with the skull face from SCP.
Oh, yeah.
It was based off a possum.
Oh, nah. This thing is rabid. This thing is mank. It's
Actually,
manky, lanky, stanky, dangly.
apparently it's immune to rabies. It kills a lot of invasive insects, and apparently they're really good for the environment. I just don't like them.
Oh my gosh. No, another animal can take them over. You know what? Like, under the sea, there's a lot of weird, like, sea creatures and stuff. This is the equivalent, but on land.
Yeah. What's the story you got?
I don't really have an animal story apart from that one. All of my animal stories have been good, man. I've never seen any like rabid deer or.
Can I ask you a question? Can you tell a story about when you went to Canada and you walked dogs?
Oh wait! Oh, I forgot about that. That makes me very happy, actually.
Dragon's memory coming in clutch.
It's true. To Canada with my father, and it was quite a bit away, but anyway, it was a one flight trip to Toronto, and he had this lovely neighbor. So he spoke to the neighbor previously and said that, hey, my daughter, aka Elite, likes dogs. Can she walk your doggo? And she was like, yeah, why not? So when I got there, I was greeted to this like black, silky coated. I think it was a German Shepherd, but it was all like black. It was like noir. Them dogs are strong. Those dogs are strong.
Why do I imagine little you holding out your leash, be like, "Oh, this is great," and then the dog went squirrel.
That's exactly what happened. It was like, this is great, this is fine. Oh, the Canada's animals are so cool. Like, I've never seen a black squirrel before. I've only seen grey squirrels here. There's only grey squirrels. I think maybe a few red squirrels, but I saw a black squirrel. It was really nice. And then this dog was tugging, and I was like, hey, yo, no! No!
Find some ice.
Chill!
Skating. Because it was during winter, right?
It was.
Yeah. Here, being in the middle of the U.S., our winters can either be mild or death. But in Canada, it was basically all death.
It was. And there was this other trip, it's kind of related. You know how, I don't know if it happens in America, it doesn't really happen here. But in the winter, it is very cold, so we went to this lake. It was frozen over. And they said that you could try to walk over it, but I didn't want to risk falling in. I mean, imagine I'm just waltzing over with the doggo, and then I just go through ice. Yeah, no more content for you guys.
My recording partner is a popsicle.
Yeah, pretty much it's a popsicle.
I rate your story if we're sticking to the funniness, I rate it like a fluffy out of 10 because I bet the dog was very fluffy.
She was so fluffy. Your dog's a weirdo.
Yeah. Okay, sticking to the dogs. So Java.
No, you need to speak about Java. You guys need to know about Java. Java is something else.
Here's a picture of her. She is a full black with white chin hair.
Oh yeah.
Chihuahua wiener dog mix, a Chiweenie.
Oh no, her belly's like
It's her belly's gray.
Yeah, it's like a.
She's a sweet, if she likes you, if she loves you, she's a sweet dog. If she hates you, she will let you know. I agree with what Gabriel Iglesias said in his most recent special, being Chihuahuas can live forever because they live off hatred. She lives off hatred. But when I first got her, we got her, she was originally meant for my mom. So I gave the person the money, and she handed me Java's leash. As this lady was leaving, Java was trying to be like, no, come back. And then once she left, she looked at me, and she would not move. So basically, I would walk, and then she would slowly walk. I would walk more, she would slowly walk. So finally, I got annoyed. I sat my ass down on the sidewalk. People looked at me all confused. And one person went, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just getting this dog to walk to me. And this dog was growling at the neighbor, and like, that is Satan. So what I did, I pulled the leash, getting her up close to me. She almost bit me. Like, this is one of the few times she almost bit me. She went to bite me. I pat her on the nose. She looked at me like I just committed a war crime.
Like, what is this?
And I picked her up, took her into mom's room. And Java, at this point, would not go near my mother. For the longest time, she hated women. So, because she was she was basically just abandoned by one. And she would come up to me. She's like, hey, I'm still not cool with you, but protect me from this bitch.
What? I'm not cool with you, but I prefer it with you.
Yeah, and ever since then, she's just been my dog. And here's the thing. If you ever get a Chihuahua or a Chiweenie or something mixed with Chihuahua, just know they are impossible to housebreak. Every morning, I'm going around cleaning up dog messes.
Java.
But funny story. So I was like, you know what? I need to train this dog to go outside. So every time she would pee, I'll take her outside. And then it was like, okay, this is not working. I got home from work one day, and I was like, this is a little bit of TMI, so if you want to skip this, here's a point where you can skip. So I was like, you know what? Someone was in the bathroom. Someone was in my parents' bathroom. I said, fuck it, I'm going to go outside. I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm done relieving myself. It's like, okay, good. Then I looked down. Java's peeing where I peed. So I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to train the dog. Doing this for a while, getting her to go outside. I was like, yeah, great. And then I left my door open while recording. I turned, looked at it. There she went in the hallway, and I was like, we were doing so good. We were communicating here. We were doing great.
Wait, what does Java do when she pees? Does she lift her leg or does she pop a squat?
She pops a squat.
She's full on nestling, hunkering down.
So, last one involving my dog. So this was something recent. My roommate and my dog don't get along. So when he was at work, I had to clean this up. When he was at work, he just left. He forgot to shut the door. She went in there, and she went right where his chair is. And I was like, Java, dang it. And then I just realized, I was like, wait, she's been going in his room every time he leaves. I was like, oh my god, this dog is slowly trying to gas him out. So I let my roommate know. My roommate went, of course your dog would do that. And I'm like, my dog tries to gas you out, and your dog eats everything. Which, about my roommate's dog. This dog drank mop water, drank window cleaner. She ate, I was pretty positive she ate like a marble one time. This dog ate and drank some of the weirdest things. She ate like 3 chocolate bars. This dog is still alive.
Oh!
I don't know. I don't know what she's mixed with, but she must be mixed with a god because this dog has like god tendencies.
How did you eat 3 chocolate bars?
My roommate.
Oh my gosh!
He left it on his bed, and he came in and went, oh, like, no! Her name's Baby Girl. And she's a beautiful, sweet dog, but she's dumb.
Oh, yeah, I could tell.
Here's a picture of her, and
not a thought.
Lights on, nobody's home. Her brain is racking up the electric bill. And I seen this dog. This dog even knocked over a can of Mountain Dew just to drink it.
What on earth?
And we were like, how are you alive? Okay. You got a school story? But first, what do you rate my story involving dogs?
On a scale of... I rated a Java out of 10.
Nice. What is a school story you got, and then I would tell one I got.
Oh. How long have we been going for?
24 minutes. So you got 2 more stories, and I got 1 more to tell. Oh, here's a question I got about from when you were in school. Did your school have clubs?
Yes.
Were you part of any?
Yes. I did go to school clubs. In middle school, I went to science club.
Nerd!
I was I think middle school was my peak. That was when I was like, science is amazing. Science is wonderful.
She's like, move over, Bill Nye. I'm taking your spot.
Elite the science guy.
Elite will educate.
Oh no, but I loved it. I remembered my first contact, well, not really contact, but seeing dried ice, some solid carbon dioxide in real life, just sublimating. It was something else. That was magical.
Dang, your school was more funded than mine was.
Oh, this was at the private school. It was partial boarding. So you'd go for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday you'd board, but none on Monday, Tuesday. I don't know why that was a thing, but it was only Wednesday to Friday.
Here's why everyone hated Mondays.
Most likely, actually.
Okay,
Oh, boarding was so weird. It was beautiful. I mean, you have all the girls, but the thing is, like, it wasn't even divided. So, like, the year threes can, like, come into the room of the year, I think it was year eight, which was really strange. Can you imagine? Imagine you trying to go to sleep, and then these tiny, tiny hands keep trying to slap you, like, hey, I'm annoying you.
Why did I imagine like someone's brother or sister came in and was like, hey, you're my older sibling. I'm scared. Can I sleep with you?
Yes, that has happened. Like some random kid came up to me and was like, hey, can I sleep with you? And I was like, okay, alright, okay. And this was single beds. This was single beds.
This floor is looking mighty comfy.
It actually was. It was so weird. And we're sleeping with, like, other people. So, like, imagine how annoying it would be if someone's, like, turned on the light. Like, bro, I need to do my homework. Dude, we got school tomorrow. Let me sleep.
Okay. Tell me this. Was it... I know it wasn't at the time, but looking back, was the kid that tried waking you up at least cute?
No,
like, adorable?
It was annoying.
I know, I said like it was annoying at the time, but was it at least like looking back, like, okay, at least that kid was adorable?
No, because there were some kids that would legitimately imagine you're sleeping. Like, this didn't happen to me. This happened to a girl like near me, where a little kid would just kind of crawl up, slap you in the face, and then run off. Just imagine getting this fresh, like, clap. Like, you're just in, like, La La Land. You're just, like, dreaming of the most incredible dream. And then you just feel, like, this hot, steaming, smoky slap on your skin.
I bet some kids got punted. Okay.
What? Suppose you couldn't retaliate? Because otherwise, if you told on someone, like, which kid, they'll just say they were asleep or something. Like, it was, like, what would you do?
Okay, your story, I rate it a slap out of 10. Okay, my last story, since we're doing, like, 3-4 stories. So here's a school story. Elementary school, 5th grade. And at this time, I was girl fixated. I was like, she made, like, I was like 8, 9, maybe 10. I don't know. I don't remember how old I was in 5th grade. I was held back at first. I don't remember. And I looked at these girls and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to date one of these. And the teacher was like, hey, just so you know, I'm setting up an after-school club. It's going to be crocheting. And a lot of these girls were like, hey, I want to crochet. And I was like, that's how I get a date. So I was like, I want to crochet. And all the boys went, what? And like, oh, there's no way he's doing it. So the day before the first club meeting, I told my parents, I was like, Mom, Dad, I want to crochet. And they're like, okay, why? And then I was like, because it sounds fun. It's playing with yarns. Maybe I'll make a noose or something. And they were, I don't know what I said at the time. They were like, okay, so it's an after school club. I was like, yes. They're like, okay, you do realize we'll have to pick you up. We'll have to drop your brothers off and come back and pick you up. And I said, okay, that's fine. So the teacher threw like 4 girls, and I was sitting around this table. And here's the thing. I had childhood ADHD, which developed into what everyone knows it did. So I was fixated. It started with me being like, okay, I'm going to try to get one these girls' numbers to when I got to make the perfect row. And the teacher told us how to do it. The girls were struggling. I was just like, okay, I got this. And she was like, John, slowed down. Apparently, in the span of 10 minutes, I made a perfect 6-layer thing, and I was like, "What?" So weeks later, the club is still going on. I made this scarf. There's this one kid. I remember his name, but for the sake of being anonymous, we'll name him Jack because I'm looking at my Jack Skeleton plush.
Oh,
So,
yes.
so Jack was like, so I was looking at the scarf that I made up, and I was like, okay, this is a beautiful scarf. Looking back at it, it was a crappy scarf. And, and Jack was like, hey, that's a nice looking scarf. I went, hey, do you want it? Because my love language is gift giving, and apparently I'm just in love with everyone. And he went, yeah. So I gave Jack the scarf, and he wore it, and he was like, "Oh, this is nice. This is great." Here's the thing: it looked good, but one loop was really big, and it took. So how it was, so the scarf was, if I remember correctly, like 60, 70 loops long. So good for a kid, not good for an adult, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
One loop in the second row was really big. And I don't know how I managed that because the rest of the second row was perfect. But I was like, I need to fix this. So I made it wrap around the scarf. So it looked like a giant long bow tie. And ever since then, I remember one girl in the club was like, hey, John, can you show me how to do this? And I was like, yeah, this is great. I'm going to get her number. This is going to be great. So I showed her how to do it. She was messing up. I got angry. I went, look, are you an idiot? This is how you do it. I made the girl cry. I did not get her number. The teacher was like, John. And I was like, she's not making a perfect loop. And then the teacher at the end was like, John, I think you have an issue with being blunt. I was like, no shit, Sherlock.
Oh, no, no,
I didn't say that, but I wanted to say it. I was like, yeah, I think you're right. In my brain, I went, no shit, Sherlock. How long did it took you to realize that?
Oh, no. Do you still know how to crochet?
Yes, I do. And I love crocheting.
Oh, no, I have no idea.
Don't worry. I will show you how to crochet, and I'll be nice about it.
Thank you.
But no. The last day of club. Like the last club before we went on to 6th grade, which was intermediate school. So we had to make a coaster. And I was like, okay, a coaster. That's easy. That's 15 loops by 15 loops. I don't know how, but I messed up the coaster.
What did you do?
So everyone made a perfect coaster. It was beautiful. Even the girl that didn't know how to make loops, she made a perfect coaster. I guess my teaching worked. And I made a hat. Somehow I turned it into a dome. And the teacher went, she would push it down, and then it would just create a wave, causing it to go inside out. And she was just like, she went, what? And I was like, watch. I went, watch. I grabbed her water bottle, put it on it. The hat wrapped around the water bottle and went, it's a koozie.
What?
I didn't say a koozie at the time because I didn't know what it was. I was like, look, it's giving the bottle a hug. And she went, okay. I think she kept it.
Yeah, I'll be like, what is this?
But I still crochet every now and then. For the longest time, I didn't have a hook, so I'll make these really long chains, and then I'll grab one end and pull and then deconstruct. I'm like, hey.
What?
I go full Peter Griffin.
Oh, true. Oh, no.
But no. I saw the teacher recently, and we were talking about it, and she went, just so you know, you were mean in elementary school. And I was like, I told her, I was legit, us being adults at the time, I told her straight up, I was like, I just take no shit.
No!
She went, you didn't. She went, you didn't. But here's the thing, I was bullied, so I learned how to basically, I learned if I was blunt, it made the bully cry. They would not bully me.
Uh,
But I would say the most stupidest shit at the time. Like this kid called me a big head. And I was like, "Oh yeah, at least I got a big brain." And then the bully went, "The fuck?" Because no, here's the thing. This works with crocheting. Um, we were trying to figure out the best way to make hats, and so everyone was measuring your head. Here's the thing: imagine a bobblehead, no, imagine a Funko Pop, skinny body, big head. That was me, and I got picked on because of it.
Nay.
And so I was like, okay, these kids were making hats. They were failing at it, obviously, but it looked cute. And I didn't want to I connected the back of it, but I didn't want to make the top. So I was like, fuck it, sweatband. I straight up, and I was like, I'm done. And the teacher went, "That's not a hat." I'm like, it doesn't need to be. Because I also had
I'm doing it my own way.
Because here's the thing, I also had a big forehead because at the time it was easier going buzzing the head than going to a barber and doing haircuts. So my forehead was a 6 head at the time, and so I wore it one time covering my forehead, and the bully was straight up. This is why kids in 5th grade, 6th grade, up to like 8th grade are mean. Because this kid, and this stuck with me because it made me cry. This kid went, "Hey, hey." So he came up to me and was like, "John, John, John." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What is that on your forehead?" I was like, "Oh, it's a sweatband. It's near the end of school year." So I was like, "Okay, we're gonna be sweating." I was like, "Great." And the student took it from me and said, "Oh, I thought you were just hiding the glare from your forehead." And I went, "The fuck?"
What?
He went, "Look at him, guys. It's so shiny." And I went, "Oh, that's messed up."
No. No. I would if I'm being honest, if I was there I would not let that slide, but that's just me.
I looked at him. I was like, "Can I have it back, please?" He went, "No." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, Because I want to see the glare. I want to see the majestic sunshine shine off your forehead." And
What?
I couldn't be. I was more mad that the PE teachers, because we were outside, the PE teachers were laughing. I looked at it. I was like, "Why are you laughing?" And
No.
this kid came up, rubbed my forehead, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I slapped his hand away. He's like, "One second, I'm looking at the crystal ball, trying to see my future."
Oh my god, no, no way, no way.
I was like, I got upset. I grabbed this band and ran. I threw the band away. I was like, it didn't work.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what is
But,
that?
but yeah, that's
What?
that's how I was bullied and got into crocheting. Long story short, I wanted to date all the cute girls in my class, so I ended up crocheting to try to get numbers.
What kind of kid what?
Okay, you got another story?
No, I'm all storied out.
Okay, so what do you rate my crocheting crush story?
What?
What
I
do you
rate
rate
a crystal ball out of 10. That
That's
kid is
fucked
so
up.
random. What?
Okay. Um,
Yes, I could see my future.
you know what's funny? Looking back at it
What?
now, I think if I remember correctly, that kid, last time I saw him, he apologized to me. He went, "Hey, I'm so sorry for the way I treated you in school. We're good friends now." And I was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's fine." He's like, "No, it wasn't. But man, I did own your ass with the crystal ball."
Oh my gosh, I would have slapped him around the back of the head.
Nah, we're about 40 minutes into this. This is a good time. So if you all have enjoyed this, let us know what other subjects we should talk about. and down below. Leave a like and also subscribe to Elite Entities channel. She makes awesome Minecraft content.
Yes.
And if you want to be part of the randomness of my channel, subscribe down below. But if you guys have enjoyed, please consider leaving a like. It does help out a lot. Also, subscribe for some more. And we'll catch you on the next one. See you then. Bye.
Bye.